What's up?
Hello, real estate rockstars. Hana and Coach Jess here. We are excited for another jam session on Wednesday. And today, we hope it won't be a bummer, but we do need to talk safety, right, Jess?
Yes. Yeah. It's, when it gets hot out, people get cranky and people can get mean when it's hot out. And I mean, it's not just a hot weather thing, it's just a people thing in general. There can be issues where we need to really protect ourselves and we really need to it's like Mad Eye Moody from Harry Potter, constant vigilance, and you gotta be careful out there. And especially, some of the newbies out there, they might not know this stuff. So
Yes, or
yeah.
they didn't hear the horror stories from other realtors, but because we are meeting daily strangers,
Mhm.
we obviously hope for the best, but we need to be prepared in case of emergency or something might happen. And it might not even happen to you, but something might be going on with your colleague. So there should be some rules, systems, even apps in place. And that's something what we would like to discuss today during today's jam session. In case you have any questions regarding safety, or in case you have something what you would like to chime in with, please do it. I have Roseanne in the office to help us to get any questions to Jess and me during the live call, which will take about 30 minutes, right? That's what we blocked.
Yep, that's what we blocked. So it's gonna be a very, very quick jam session about safety.
Safety. Okay. So question number one, did anything questionable or regarding your safety ever happen to you during the years of you being a realtor? I'm just curious,
You know
right?
what? Actually, before I became a realtor, when I was just in property management and everything, and I was scouting some possible buildings for my investor that I was working with, I did walk into a house with my realtor, and we do the whole knock and yell realtor real loud when we go in, but we walked into this house and we did everything right. And you never know what you're going to run into. We heard people walking upstairs. We very quickly left the house and went back to the car, drove down the road just a little bit because we wanted to make sure that, we weren't followed or anything like that. Thankfully, we weren't. But there were squatters in the house and the police did come. So we had to let the listing agent know and everything, but that's the worst that's ever happened.
But it's close. You just don't know.
Yeah.
These people might be unfortunately disturbed or high on something, and then you are in danger. So you need to protect yourself. I like what you did. You immediately left the property.
Yeah.
That's step number one. Let's not play heroes. Let's not play Superman or anything like that. Let's immediately get out. That would be
Exactly.
step number one. If you feel in your gut
Trust your gut.
something not right, just leave the property. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we all have kind of like an instinct where, it's left over from that part of our brain where we're on the lookout for lions and tigers and bears.
Mammoths.
Yes. And we just gotta trust our instincts with it. We really do. But what about, what should we do as far as, when we're getting phone calls and we're having leads that we're prospecting, we're making those phone calls.
Well, I like where you are heading. So even before we will end up in a situation, what are the precautious steps we can take? So what would you recommend? What would be on your top 3 priorities?
My first priority, whenever I get a lead, I have this wonderful app. It's called Forewarn. It's a background check app. It's $20 a month. There are actually some MLSs right now that are actually offering it. I know that one of the MLSs in Indiana, the Greater South Bend, is offering
Okay.
that app.
Can you please spell it?
Sure.
Slowly.
Forewarn. It's FOREWARN. And let's try and get a list up for everybody on our group for safety apps. That is, it's a background check app. You can type in any phone number. Usually if it says that the phone number isn't found, that's generally a good indication that it's like a Google Voice number or something, or
Mhm.
possibly like an auto dialer. But usually you can find like, you can learn a lot of stuff. They have like tickets, if they've gotten tickets or anything. If there's, you know, a foreclosure,
Okay.
bankruptcy, if there's, which is also another good thing to look at, because, you know, if somebody has like a bankruptcy from just last year,
Mm, that's a
unless
good
they're going to be
thought.
paying
Yeah.
cash,
Well,
that's do your due diligence, guys. Don't, turn down clients or anything just because they have a bankruptcy. Don't do that, guys. Just, have your conversations, do your due diligence, just like our clients are doing their due diligence on their end. You need to
absolutely.
do it too.
Testimonials, they check the reviews, they ask around. So step
Yeah,
number one, get a app, which in your case, it's a forewarned $20 a month, and you can get like light background check
totally worth it.
based
Um,
on name and phone number, or can you just place in a phone number?
you can do phone number, you can do name, you can do by address as well. So that's really handy, because I was able to verify. I've actually used it for like stuff like if I'm buying something like off Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, I'll actually check like the number that texts me just to make sure. Like, okay. And that has actually saved me some grief before. So it works. It's not just in like, real estate life, but in regular life too. It can help.
Yeah,
Um,
I
it's worth it. $20 a month, that's worth it to me.
yes, it saves you a headache. It adds a safety, and it can save your time as well.
Mhm.
Just the overall knowledge and feel that you are doing something proactively. I love that. What else? What else do you have there? I can chime in. Okay, guys, and this is free.
Yes.
So use your phone because it has the location services
Mm.
on it, and share it not only with your family members, but maybe with the co-workers as well.
Yes, that
That
is a big thing. Sometimes I know that when I was newer, I don't do it as much as I probably should, and I really need to get back into the habit of doing it. But when I meet clients for the first time, I don't generally like to meet them at a house. I like to do a consultation first. I'll either meet them at the office, or I'll meet them at a coffee house or something like a Starbucks. It's nice because that way you can also get to know your client, and you can be like, okay, hi, this is me.
and it's a
And
neutral
it's safe.
territory. If you're in a coffee shop, it's a neutral territory. If you're in your office, you kind of have the power of
Mhm,
situation because they come to visit you. You're not in their
exactly.
space. Yes, I like that. Hey, that's a side tip.
And you know what? There are sometimes, I know that there are agents out there that have felt comfortable and they go out on showings and everything. Most offices, they have we call it the red file.
Mhm.
I actually need to check and see if my office currently has one. I know that my previous office we did. But I always, and I've actually told my wife this too, because it's like I want her to make sure she's on my emergency contacts. The first person that's getting called if there's an emergency is going to be her. So I'll let her know if I'm meeting a new client that I'm not quite sure about. I'll say, hey, if I call you with the red file, this is the address where I'm going to be. And I'll tell you, hey, can you send over the red file for such and such address? Usually the address where I'm at. And she knows immediately to call the cops. And that is having like a secret code. It's just like when you're a little kid, when you go and your parents tell you, okay, don't let anybody pick you up except for me unless they have the password. It's kind of like that. It's like I grew up with a password too. So it's
I
like having your own password.
You are not running around yelling pumpkin, pumpkin in the summer, or it's kind of,
Yeah.
I need you to forward me the red file, please. Yeah, that is fantastic. So that's really great. So I like to have an app for doing the background check, having your location on your phone constantly on with your family and maybe some coworkers, having a code word. That is really good and powerful. Wow.
And a
Oh,
lot of MLSs, if you have showing time with your MLS, if you're using showing time also has a safety timer now
mm,
that you have to hit a code or you have to punch a button every so often, or else it'll automatically call the cops, which that's kind of nice, it's like a showing timer. It's an added bonus for you as far as keeping you safe.
yeah. Well, there has been some tragic situations which happen
Yeah.
in the past. So I think adding different layers of protection and safety, it's needed. It's
Oh yeah.
needed. Not even question. It's
Mhm.
like, yes, let's make it safe for everyone. Not yeah. Wow. Well,
Yeah, we're not all trained in martial arts. We're not all carrying weapons, I mean, I have a little stun gun that I carry around. In fact,
you have it. Can I see?
it's, actually no, I think it's plugged in, but it's tiny. It's only like this big and it's purple and it makes a very loud noise. It scares me to death, but it works. And it is supposed to be one of the stronger little zappy stun guns out there. You can also get like pepper sprays, and not just so they look like pepper sprays too. Like there was one that my wife ordered that actually looks like a llama, and it's not in yet. It hasn't come in yet. It was back ordered, but it looks like a llama, and you just carry it on your keychain just like a little, like a charm.
Oh, I love
And
that because my current pepper spray looks like a lighter and I don't smoke, so it's kind of weird for me to carry around a lighter which is red. So I might get myself a llama. Or I
yeah,
feel like I saw lipsticks in as undercover pepper spray. So all of that adds on. Guys, if you're having any cool gadgets, please why don't you add it to the video down below so we can share what we have, and we'll make sure that we will share the apps or the other
I
tools.
know that they have like, I see every year at the NAR convention, I always see like those the jewelry that you can wear that has like the safety app on it and stuff, where it's a tracker and everything. And honestly, I think even like a little, like an Apple AirTag would be beneficial, like hide one on your car or something.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I do have it on all of our company vehicles. So at any given time, I can check where the guys are if they are stuck in a traffic or already at the property. Yeah. So there are a lot of tools, a lot of helpful tools. So let's say you're having an open house. Is there any specific advice you would share when it comes to safety in doing open house? Because then you have even more strangers coming into the
Yeah.
property where
I
you have to be.
always like to try and have two people at an open house. I will try and invite, usually I'll have a lender with me because that also makes it look really good too. Because that way, if somebody likes the house, they can get, and they're not pre-approved, they can get pre-approved right there.
Oh,
Or
that's
they can at least start the pre-approval process right there.
oh,
So, having a partner at an open house, especially if it's a really hot day or the weather's bad and you're just kind of stuck there and you're not having anybody, it's always nice to have somebody to talk to.
yes. You can chat.
Mhm.
You can use the wait. You can use the time to make some videos, post it, do some social stuff. So
Oh
use
yeah.
don't just hang out, don't just chat. Keep
Oh yeah,
doing
yeah, yeah. Keep it busy, guys. Come on.
yeah.
We're rock stars. We have to do good. We have to do good at our open houses, and we have to be creative. And
Yes, yes. So you would have someone with you during the open house. That's smart. What if I can't bring someone with me? What if, this is like already 10
my phone is attached to my hip. It is always in my hand.
always
I
in your
am always able to, if I need to, you know.
how to dial? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you scout the property when you are like obviously when you're doing an open house to your own listing, you know the house from any
Oh
direction when
yeah. Oh
going
yeah.
into the house? Do you know like about the exit doors or
Mhm.
outline like, oh, I'm gonna run this way?
I don't really think about it too much, like, oh my God, like this is gonna happen to me, but I always kind of just naturally, I always just kind of like, okay, I know where this door is, I know where this door is. I know I can get out of the house this way. I always like to make sure that all my doors are unlocked anyway at an open house, because if somebody wants to go out one door, they might not necessarily want to come back in that door.
Yeah.
So, walking around the house and everything, that is something that I do personally. Take it or leave it. I think it's a good advice, but
Yeah. Well, they're just now throwing all the ideas we have on a piece of paper, blank canvas, whatever. But I just like to brainstorm and see like what other options people might just consider or think about. Hopefully nobody will need it, but if so, it can, be the light bulb in the memory of how to fix a situation. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a dangerous world out there, and we do unfortunately have to take precautions. There are bad people in the world, and shit happens.
There is more good people, but if it would be Pareto, it would be 80% are the good people, 20% maybe not so much. But we need to be careful and cautious, and definitely.
Yeah, and we live in such a forward-facing industry. It's like we want our names out there. We want our phone numbers out there so people can get a hold of us. And that, unfortunately, that can lead to some dangerous stuff.
Yeah, you're right.
Isn't it kind of crazy? It's like we're always told, don't, don't put yourself out there. Don't put your phone number, don't give away your phone number, or anything like that. And it's like, here we are. We want our names on our signs. We want our phone numbers out there.
Plus, you want to have your photograph on the signs as well, because people do business with people. So you want the recognition. I totally hear you.
Yeah, not only that, but the amount of advertising that we do, I mean, especially on social media and everything, heck, across the internet. I mean, you never know who you're going to run into.
Yeah.
I should probably be a lot more careful than I am.
No. Hold on. I don't want you or anyone else out for this talk, but we have to talk about it.
We do. It's one of those necessary evils kind of situations where we have to talk about it, because it does happen. I mean, and it's not just in like big cities or anything. It's not like just in like New York or Chicago or LA or anything. I mean, there was an agent in South Bend where we had population, under 30,000, and there was an agent that was attacked, and it was like, holy crap. It really devastated our community. We were like, how does this happen? And it just does.
Yeah. And then it takes a while for the community to bounce back again. Yeah. Well, how about
another good thing? Sorry, Hannah. I just thought of another good thing to do. And this is actually something that I do with my open houses anyway. With the neighbors, I always tell the neighbors, hey, I'm the listing agent. I'm going to be doing an open house over here. And that would also be another good tip. Like if somebody's doing an open house alone, because sometimes we just can't take a partner with us.
Yeah.
But if they're doing an open house alone, introduce yourself to the neighbors. Make friends with the neighbors.
You're right.
Honestly, that's a good way to get clients too.
Yeah. And very often neighbors might know someone who would like to buy the house in their own neighborhood. So they can actually bring you a client. I like it. And invite everyone to the open house to come and step by. And I would probably, so when you do or host an open house, you're not touring constantly with everyone who comes in. So probably it's safe to stay in certain location, right?
I try and stay kind of like in the main living area. Like down here we have a lot of open floor plans, so I try and stay like kind of like in the kitchen living area.
Yeah.
And let people just kind of walk through. If people have specific questions, I'll go answer questions for them, but I try and keep an eye on everybody. It's just safer that way.
Yeah. Do you still limit, like during the COVID time? I know that there was a limit on how many people could tour the house. Do you still limit it, or you just open a door to how many people are coming in?
Now I really just, it's kind of like just open the door. I know that I personally did not do a lot of open houses when we were under lockdown, just because I am immunocompromised. So I try not to, put myself in that situation. But I do know that we I went to quite a few open houses, and I do know that, you know, masking up, they were having people stop at like 5-10 people max.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was
Oh, it was
there.
really weird to see the line getting out of the open houses. Market was booming. Everyone
Oh
wanted to
yeah.
buy. Money was
No,
cheap.
and it was crazy, especially down here in Florida. It was insane how busy we were. It's
So I guess those were very safe open houses because we were all masked. Everyone was afraid of physical contact. We were pacing everything. That was the safe
oh
time.
yeah, and
The dangerous
Lysoling
time.
after everybody and everything, and wiping down. I still wipe down doorknobs and door and light switches and everything, just to be on the safe side.
Yeah. I think it has changed also how people are visiting a house is that they are not so hectic with it, like opening every possible door. They are
Mhm.
kind of like to themselves, holding the hands near their body and just visiting the house and touring it only like on their foot, right?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
If you, a couple questions. So let's say you are doing an open house or you're touring a house which is occupied and there might be some objects. I'm hinting knives in the kitchen
Mhm.
or you know other stuff which can be taken advantage of, right? It can be opposite way. People can get attacked, or you can, you know, by mistake show houses to someone who is there to steal stuff.
Mhm.
How do you proceed like with that type of situation which can take a place? Do you
You
hide
know,
things?
I'm not really sure. Oh my gosh, we need a safety expert because
Well, yeah,
I
I was
don't know.
looking at some posts in the past, and I was looking at some ideas, you know, and I kind of like outlined all of them, and I'm sure that some people might be a little bit more safety cautious than others, but I know that probably a couple of years ago when I would be doing home staging consultations on a like regular list would be remove jewelry, remove any
Mhm.
medication, and definitely remove
Oh
anything
yeah.
out of the house. So
Yeah, I recommend people take like all of their like special stuff, especially, you
yeah.
know, like if they have like old jewelry from family members, heirloom stuff, anything that you don't want stolen. I also recommend, you know, locking up or taking with you like medications,
Yeah.
because especially with all of the, you know, everything that's going on right now with prescription medications and everything, people will look for that stuff.
Yeah.
And people are just nosy in general, and they like to open medicine cabinets and look around and everything. It's you see it all the time. It stinks that people are this nosy, but at the same time, I think it's the nature of the beast that is humanity. We want to know everybody's
Sometimes
business.
and sometimes we deal with those like, you
Mhm.
know, different people who will be opening everything with their purpose while saying, oh, I want to know how is the storage here. I'm a buyer, but yeah,
Oh
there
yeah.
needs to be
When
some.
I walk into a house, the one of the first things that I do is I actually look under the kitchen sink and I look in the stove.
Why?
Because that way you can see like if there's any like water damage,
Oh,
or
okay,
if they have
okay.
like if it's jam packed full of stuff, or you can tell, you know, if they haven't cleaned their stove. I'll look in like the fridge, like in the drawers and stuff, and see if there's schmutz in there. And I'm like, okay, if they're not cleaning their fridge or, you know, picking
Danger,
up
danger
under those things.
alert. This is gonna be a hoarder's house.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay, let's go back. Let's go back.
Right. Yes.
Safety. How would you exit from a situation where you feel that this is not really safe?
I
Let's
think
like
it
I know that you
depends.
luckily and hopefully you will never be in that situation, but do you have any form of script or anything? Let's try to put you on a hot seat and imagine that you feel that you need to really back out even from showing the house itself.
If I'm feeling that uncomfortable, I'm taking somebody with me on a
Okay.
showing,
Uh-huh.
and usually that person is staying in the car. And
I love it. It's a great idea. You can just have someone with you friend, family member, and just waiting in a car because you can say, well, after this, I have another appointment with them or whatever. You don't really need to explain. I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of what I do if I feel kind of nervous or something. I have never put myself in a situation. The biggest thing is to try not to put yourself in that situation. Trust your instincts, you know. And 9 times out of 10, if I'm like, okay, somebody come with me, please. I want another person here.
Yeah.
Usually 9 times out of 10, it's just harmless and I just need to get to know the person better. But I mean, you just want to make sure that that one time that you're not alone, that one time is all it takes for something to happen. And it sucks, but it's true.
Yeah.
That's
Do you have any rules you follow? Like, let's say you would not show house after 10 p.m. or something. Like, are
Oh,
there
absolutely.
basic rules? So what
Yeah,
are
as soon as it gets dark, I will not show houses after dark because I mean there's no point in seeing it after dark anyway. So usually I cut off like my showing times usually about 7 o'clock.
yeah.
At least during the summer, you know, in the wintertime it's a little bit earlier because the sun goes down earlier. But yeah, I always kind of I will not be out after dark. I can't see in the dark anyway. I'm getting old.
Oh no, 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 you're getting wise. That's all good. Let's not go there. How about, so I live in Washington, DC
Mhm.
area, and sometimes we stage houses in DC area, which are really, I just don't feel safe. I'll be totally honest with you. I can leave my obviously purse or laptop or any kind of a bag in my car because I know a lot of stories from my friends, stagers or realtors, that the car gets broken into. But we still have to stage the house. I still have to do the preview or communicate with the client. If you do, you have any areas like that in your neighborhood, which are like they're actually they just feel dangerous. They are dangerous. They are not safe.
I think there's some in everywhere.
Yeah.
There are definitely some areas that, you know, I will definitely take extra people no matter what.
Okay.
That I will definitely do my own due diligence on.
Mm-hmm.
And but I mean, we can't turn people down.
Yes.
It's a fair housing thing. It's, you know, we have to stress that, you know, yes, we're going to show you this house, you know, if you personally don't feel comfortable showing something, then refer it out.
That's right. Or talk to a broker, or
Mhm.
take at least the time when you're approached to show something, or you have a client on the phone. You can always say, you know what, let me get back to you in 20 minutes and let's figure it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You can
But you
always
do
make a
it
plan.
right.
If you don't feel comfortable doing something, you really
Yeah.
shouldn't have to do it.
Yeah.
It's, you know,
So
sometimes we chase the dollar though. We chase the dollar. We think, okay, yeah, I'll show this. It'll be an easy commission. And then we go and we do it. And it just turns out to be the worst thing. So just because it's an easy sale or you think it's going to be an easy sale, trust your gut. You know, if you don't feel comfortable, that should be your overwhelming thing. If you do not feel comfortable, do not do it.
yeah. And think about it that way, that your potential clients, they don't know how you conduct your business, what your rules are, and you can let them know on the go. You know, my rule is I only show houses during the daytime from, I don't know, 10 a.m. till 4 p.m. to allow the time to drive between the properties, or since we are meeting a first time, let's make it comfortable for all of us. Let's meet at the coffee shop, my treat. Or, since this is our first meeting, I would like you to come to our office so I can fully explain what I am gonna do for you when it comes to selling your home. So,
And that's
like,
also a really good time if you're meeting with like a buyer to get them to sign a buyer agreement.
oh, I love that. Absolutely. Yes, yes. So really think, especially if you are new in the real estate industry, think about it, how you want to conduct the business to stay safe and keep yourself safe, have your clients safe. It goes both ways. And improve the way how you conduct a business, or think about it on frequent basis, how you would like to tweak it, because at the end it's your business, right?
Yeah. And if anybody out there has any tips that they would like to share, please, 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 please.
Yeah.
We
Or
want
any
all of the tips.
or any apps, please just post them below, and we will be happy to circulate them. Yeah. Well, time runs fast and
Guys,
we're
when we
having
have
fun.
fun. You
Can I
owe
say
me a Coke.
I know. Just thank you so much. Thank you for all the wisdom you shared with us. And I'm looking forward to learn more from you following Wednesday. So, guys, thank you for watching. If there is any topic you would like to discuss with us at Real Estate Rockstars Jam session, please let us know and we'll make sure to put it on our calendar. Yeah, just thank you.
Thank you, Hannah.
Bye.
Hey, guys.